Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from UiTM Puncak Perdana.
My name is Sayidah Nafisah binti Ruslan.
My name is Masfarah Ain binti.
Today, we would like to present about cloud computing, the benefit.
And the risk. Let's watch the video.
Hope you enjoy it.
I'm so sorry. I have so many reports to keep. I don't know how to handle it. Oh, it's okay. Why you should not keep all your report in thumb drive? It will make you easier to finish it.
Yes, I have one. But you know what? There is no space anymore. Should I buy more? It will cost me. And even though if I buy 64 gig, it still cannot save all my reports.
Really? There are so many reports that you need to keep.
Yes, and for your information, my report is always increased every day. What should I do?
Have you ever heard about cloud computing?
Cloud computing? What is that?
I think this is the best solution for you to keep all your reports.
Really? But how the cloud can save all my reports? The cloud are so light and it's floating in the air. Should I go to the sky?
Not like that, my dear friend. Let me show you what is cloud computing. You will be amazed about it.
Really?
Yes.
Amaze me, shall we?
Yes. Let's go. Security or data integrity.
With some hacking and other forms of malicious online instructions remaining unresolved, the cloud-based model is being thrown open for failing to address security issues. Companies dealing with sensitive information are concerned about the possibility of becoming vulnerable to these security threats and data breaches.
Environmental security.
The concentration of computing resources and users in a cloud computing environment represents a concentration of security threats. Because of their size and significance, cloud environments are often targeted by virtual machines and boot malware, brute force, and other attacks. Ask your cloud provider about access controls, vulnerability assessment practices, and patch and configuration management controls to see that they are adequately protecting the system and your data.
Centralization.
Organization typically outsources their data and application service to a centralized provider. A dependency is formed towards that company. If ever the provider is for some reason unable to provide service, then all clients are affected and this could cost money for everyone. This is especially troubling if it occurs for extended periods.
Network dependency.
Perhaps the most basic drawback of cloud computing is its dependency to the internet infrastructure. You need internet connection in order to access the cloud, and like anything connection-based, it is prone to outages and service interruptions at any time. This means that it could occur during a very important task or transaction, either delaying it or losing it entirely if it was time constrained, as opposed to in-house servers that are hardwired. Thought user will be unable to access these servers outside of the office, you can be sure that connectivity will be constant within the office premises.
Difficult in creating hybrid system.
Some organizations, especially those that hold sensitive information like government office and financial institutions, will have their own IT service and will never transfer their data outside, no matter the benefits of efficiency and performance. So, these IT systems are fairly consistent internally. There are currently no industry standardized form that applies to all systems when it comes to connecting them with new cloud system. Making a legacy system compatible with a public cloud structure requires some IT voodoo and maybe some hardware tweaks. But you can bet that this organization will be reluctant to part with their tried and true system.
Login and data portability.
IT infrastructure and system change every 5 to 10 years. The cloud certainly won't alter this dynamic. Even if your selection process is rigorous and you choose the best provider given what you know, the market is competitive and today's winner will inevitably be tomorrow's loser. This means you should spend some time up front thinking about what you'll do in a few years when you want to switch things. Ask your potential service provider how they deal with data export issues. This is particularly the case with SaaS applications, where the only portability might be of the raw data itself.
Ongoing costs.
While cloud computing is relatively inexpensive to set up, depending on your needs, an in-house solution may cost less in the long run. Buying an in-house server and installing a network system is definitely a large upfront capital investment, and you also need to consider ongoing IT maintenance costs. With cloud computing, you pay the same amount each month to maintain not only your server but also all your data. The choice you make may depend on whether you have a lot of setup capital to invest in a private network. Be sure to compare all the costs for supporting both an in-house server and cloud-based server to see which option works best for your situations.
Data location.
Cloud computing technology allows cloud servers to reside anywhere. Thus, the enterprise may not know the physical location of the server used to store and process their data and applications. Although from the technology point of view, location is least relevant, this has become a critical issue for data governance requirements. It is essential to understand that many cloud service providers can also specially define where data is to be located.
Cloud data ownership.
In the contract agreements, it may state that the CP owns the data stored in the cloud computing environment. The CSP may demand for significant service fees for data to be returned to enterprise when the cloud computing SLA terminates.
Commingled data.
Application sharing and multi-tenancy of data is one of the characteristics associated with cloud computing. Although many CSP have multi-tenant applications that are secure, scalable, and customizable, security and privacy issues are still often concerns among enterprises. Data encryption is another control that can assist data confidentiality.
Compliance requirements.
Today, cloud computing service can challenge various compliance audit requirements currently in place. Data locations, cloud computing security policy transparency, and IAM are all challenging issues in compliance audit efforts. Example of the compliance requirement including privacy MP2 laws, payment card industry requirements, and financial reporting laws.
Disaster recovery.
Hosting your computing resources and data at a cloud provider makes the cloud provider disaster recovery capabilities vitally important to your company disaster recovery plans. Know your cloud provider disaster recovery capabilities and ask your provider if they have been tested.
Record retention requirement.
If your business is subject to record retention requirements, make sure your cloud provider understands what they are so it can meet them. This should include litigation preparedness and litigation hold requests.
Technical issue.
Thought it is true that information and data on the cloud can be accessed anytime and from anywhere at all. There are times when this system can have some serious dysfunction. You should be aware of the fact that this technology is always prone to outages and other technical issues.
Prone to attack.
Storing information in the cloud could make your company vulnerable to external hack attacks and threats. As you are well aware, nothing on the internet is completely secure and hence, there is always the lurking possibility of steal of sensitive data.
Cost reduction. The low barrier of entry and the pay-per-use model that cloud computing has makes it very scalable for large corporations, yet still very affordable for small ones. This allows the smaller firms access to the big guns, a powerful computing infrastructure that previously could only be afforded by large corporations.
Increase efficiency.
Because of reduced costs and time savings, firms can devote their time to other more important aspects. This is also because of the increased throughput that cloud application can bring in the business process.
Flexibility.
Because organizations are not locked in by IT infrastructure they spent millions of 5 years ago, they can actually quickly change technologies and implementations without much risk and cost. If it does not work out for the new implementation, then they can just switch back just as quickly, and this allows experimentation in the sight of clients and gives developers and providers reasons to also experiment with new services and applications that their clients would need, even if they do not know it yet.
Security gains.
But wait, didn't we say that security was a risk? Well, it can be both since security in cloud computing is just as good or bad as all networking implementations. But the difference this brings to a small organization with no technical knowledge is quite outstanding. Instead of spending money acquiring and implementing security systems, training someone to run in-house implementations, the cloud provider already provides the hardware and knowledge to implement modern security measures. Reliability. Despite the fact that internet connectivity is subject to outages, not to mention the provider itself, this is still more reliable than in-house system because of the economies of scale. The vendor can provide 24/7 technical support and highly trained, experienced personnel to handle the infrastructure and keep it at top condition, which all their clients can benefit from. Improve disaster recovery. Moving your business data to the cloud can make disaster recovery. For example, retrieving data in the event of a hardware compromise easier and less expensive. You can even set up your system to backup data automatically to ensure you will be able to recover the most up-to-date information in case of emergency. Increase collaboration and flexibility. For many businesses, moving to the cloud increases opportunities for collaboration between employees. Colleagues can sync and work on documents or share apps with ease, often simultaneously, receiving updates in real time. Additionally, cloud computing allows each team member to work from anywhere. The cloud centralizes your data, which means that you, your employees, and even your clients can access your company data from any location with internet access. Environmentally friendly. Cloud computing decreases a business carbon footprint by reducing energy consumption and carbon emissions by more than 30%. For small companies, the decreased energy usage can reach 90%, a huge money saver. It can also help a business project and environmentally sound image. Optimize server utilization. As most enterprises typically underutilize their server computing resources, cloud computing will manage the server utilization to the optimum level. Cost saving. IT infrastructure costs are almost always substantial and are treated as a capital expenses. However, if the IT infrastructure usually becomes an operating expense, in some countries, this results in a tax advantage regarding income tax. Also, cloud computing cost saving can be realized by resource pooling. Dynamic scalability. Many enterprises include a reasonably large buffer from their average computing requirement, just to ensure that capacity is in place to satisfy peak demand. Cloud computing provides an extra processing buffer as needed at a low cost and without the capital investment or contingency fees to users. Shorten development life cycle. Cloud computing adopts the service-oriented architecture development approach, which has significantly shorter development life cycle than required by the traditional development approach. Any new business application can be developed online, connecting proven functional application building blocks together. Reduce time for implementation. Cloud computing provides the processing power and data storage as needed at the capacity required. This can be obtained in near real time instead of weeks or months that occur when a new business initiative is brought online in a traditional way. So, Ain, how's the video? After watching this video, what is your opinion?
Okay, in my opinion, this video very helpful and give a knowledge about cloud computing.
So, I guess you all know a little bit about cloud computing, the benefit and the risks.
You can also use this video as your reference and don't forget to credit us.
Lastly, that's all from us. Thank you. Bye.